Travel between Mexico and Canada has become more frequent and vital over the last few decades. Whether it's for tourism, family visits, study, or business, thousands of Mexicans travel to Canada each year. In an effort to simplify and enhance the travel experience, the Government of Canada has implemented the Electronic Travel Authorization (eTA) system for certain foreign nationals, including eligible Mexican citizens. This journey explores why Mexico requires an eTA to travel to Canada, the specific conditions under which it applies, the many benefits for travelers, and how this policy strengthens relations between the two nations. By the end, you'll understand how this tool works and how it opens new doors for Mexican travelers. What is an eTA? An Electronic Travel Authorization (eTA) is a digital entry requirement for foreign nationals from visa-exempt countries who are flying to or transiting through Canada. It is linked electronically to a traveler's passport and is valid for up to 5 years or until the passport expires, whichever comes first. With a valid eTA, travelers can visit Canada multiple times, staying up to 6 months per visit for tourism, business, or short-term educational purposes. However, the eTA is not a visa and does not guarantee entry. Final permission is granted by Canadian border officers upon arrival. Why Mexico needs an eTA to travel to Canada? 1. Security and screening. Canada maintains strict yet efficient screening standards for visitors. By requiring an eTA, the country ensures that travelers are pre-screened electronically before departure. This helps identify any potential inadmissibility issues such as security risks or immigration violations before travelers even board their flight. Mexican citizens who meet specific criteria, such as holding a U.S. visa or having had a Canadian visa in the past 10 years, qualify for this streamlined process, demonstrating Canada's trust in the established travel and immigration history of the individual. 2. Efficient travel from trusted countries. Mexico is one of the most frequent travel partners of Canada, with close trade ties, tourism exchange, and diplomatic cooperation. Recognizing this, Canada updated its entry policies in 2016, removing the full visa requirement for eligible Mexican nationals and replacing it with the eTA. This change signifies that Mexico is considered a low-risk country for immigration and security purposes, and thus its citizens benefit from a simplified travel path. 3. Promoting people-to-people ties. The Canadian government wants to encourage stronger educational, business, and cultural links with Mexico. Allowing easier access for tourists, students, and entrepreneurs fosters long-term engagement and strengthens mutual understanding between Canadians and Mexicans. Subscribe for more adventures. Who is eligible? Not every Mexican passport holder automatically qualifies for the eTA. You must meet the following requirements: be traveling to Canada by air, hold a valid Mexican passport, have held a Canadian visitor visa within the last 10 years, or hold a valid U.S. non-immigrant visa, for example, for tourism or business. If you don't meet these criteria, you must still apply for a traditional visitor visa. This policy ensures that those who have been previously vetted by Canada or the U.S. are granted quicker access. How to apply for an eTA. The eTA application is entirely online and straightforward. Visit the official Government of Canada website. Fill out the online form with your basic personal and passport information. Pay the processing fee of $7 Canadian. Submit and wait for confirmation, which usually arrives within minutes. Most applicants receive approval in less than 15 minutes. However, some cases may require additional documentation or a longer processing time. Benefits of the eTA for Mexican citizens. First, it saves time. Traditional visa applications often take weeks and require visits to a consulate or visa center. With the eTA, Mexican travelers can apply from their home, office, or even on their phone, and often get approved the same day. Second, it's low cost. At just $7 Canadian, the eTA is a cost-effective alternative to a full visa. This lowers the barrier to international travel for many Mexicans and makes trips to Canada more accessible. Third, it allows multiple entries over 5 years. Once issued, the eTA is valid for 5 years or until the passport expires. This means no reapplication is needed for every trip, and you can travel back and forth between Mexico and Canada multiple times for vacation, family visits, conferences, or business meetings. Fourth, it boosts tourism and family reunification. Mexicans often travel to Canada for tourism and to visit family. The ease of obtaining an eTA promotes more frequent visits and strengthens personal and familial bonds between residents of both countries. Lastly, It supports academic and professional growth. Canadian colleges and universities welcome international students, including many from Mexico. While long-term study permits still require additional documentation, short-term study programs under 6 months can be pursued under an eTA. This supports language immersion, certifications, and research exchanges. Broader benefits for Canada and Mexico. An economic boost. Easier entry means more Mexican tourists, students, and entrepreneurs are coming to Canada, staying in hotels, shopping, dining, and spending in local communities. This stimulates the Canadian economy and supports businesses in sectors like retail, transportation, education, and tourism. Strengthened bilateral relations. Mexico and Canada are partners in multiple multilateral agreements, including USMCA, formerly NAFTA. Enhanced mobility through the eTA facilitates greater cross-border cooperation, trade missions, and diplomatic events. It's a sign of mutual respect and growing partnership. Diversified travel patterns. Mexican citizens no longer need to limit their international travels to the US or Latin America. Canada's welcoming policies give travelers more options, helping them explore new cultures, climates, and communities. Let's meet Luis, a Mexican business owner from Guadalajara. He has a valid US B1/B2 visa and wants to attend an innovation summit in Vancouver. Instead of applying for a traditional visa, which would have cost him time and extra paperwork, he qualified for the eTA. He applied online, paid $7 Canadian, and got approved within 30 minutes. Not only did he attend the summit, but he also explored the Rockies, made valuable professional contacts, and even started working on a new export deal with a Canadian distributor. His trip, made easy with the eTA, became a gateway to business growth and personal enrichment. Frequently asked questions. Do I need an eTA if I'm entering Canada by land or sea? No, the eTA is required only if you are flying into Canada. Can I work in Canada with an eTA? No, the eTA does not allow you to work in Canada. You would need a proper work permit for employment. What if I don't qualify for the eTA? If you haven't held a Canadian visa in the past 10 years or don't have a US non-immigrant visa, you'll need to apply for a visitor visa through the usual channels. How long can I stay with an eTA? You can stay for up to 6 months per visit. Make sure to check with immigration officials on arrival for your approved duration. The eTA program for Mexican citizens reflects Canada's commitment to making international travel more accessible, secure, and efficient. It recognizes Mexico as a trusted partner and opens the door to increased tourism, economic activity, education, and cultural exchange. For Mexican travelers, the eTA means less hassle, lower cost, and more freedom to explore everything Canada has to offer, from Niagara Falls to Vancouver's coastline, from French-speaking Quebec to the multicultural heart of Toronto. The relationship between Mexico and Canada continues to grow stronger, and the eTA program is proof that smoother travel fosters deeper connections. Subscribe for more adventures. Happy travels! Want more helpful travel guides, visa updates, and destination tips? Your next journey starts here, and let's explore the world together.